Alright. And alright guys, and we're live. So want to welcome everybody. My name is Danielle. I'm the host for Fit or Flop. And for Fit or Flop, we are committed to giving you guys the tools and success that you need to grow and advance your businesses. So as you follow along with our monthly episodes on fitorflop.com, we're going to do also new tools and new hangouts and ideas to really help you take your business to the next level. For today, our first 4-part series is about establishing your concept. So we're hanging out with industry's top experts to really learn how they took their idea into a concept and give you all the tools and advice you need to make it happen. All right, so without further ado, I'm going to introduce our awesome panel. We have Sarah Ponn, who is the Marketing Director and Programmer for SURFSET. Sarah, say hi.
Hi, everyone.
All right, then we've also got Anna Renner, who is the host of POPSUGAR Fitness and is also our judge for Season 3 of Fit or Flop. And,
hey guys.
Woo! And then without further ado, we've also got Phyl London, who is our Season 2 winner of Fit or Flop and can really share with you her whole experience and really how that took and advanced her career to the next level.
God, Mike. The whole time?
All right. All right, so let's get started. Sarah, I'm going to throw the first question at you. So tell us, how did you take your idea? SURFSET is a worldwide brand now. It's got, certifications, you've got workouts, you've got boards, you've got a little bit of everything. So how did you take your idea and go from an idea to the concept and the brand it is now?
So the first step was really just establishing whether or not people were actually going to like it. We came up with the idea, and we really liked it, but we didn't know how America was going to receive the concept. So our first natural thought was we need to get people on these boards, and we need to get them trying it. And that's how it really evolved into a group fitness class and a workout and beyond just a product. And that's how we established, what types of workouts are people looking for? Is it about balance? Is it about core strength or cardio? And so my advice to anybody who has the idea in their head and really wants to conceptualize it and turn it into a brand and a movement, you have to get out there and put it in front of people.
Awesome. All right, so what was the first step? How long ago did it take to, just create that idea and then get it out there in front of people?
So we started about almost 3 years ago, and the first step was really just prototyping our product. We, built a sort of modest website and put a logo together and came up with the name SURFSET, and we made it look like a much more real company than it was at the time. It was just 3 of us that were experimenting, and our first step was actually to reach out to Guild City, which is a daily deal site, and we told them we were selling these classes on these surfboards that we had made, and they decided to take it up and they put it on their website and really promoted it for us. So I think having a unique concept is really important, but even more than that is the execution of going out, getting in front of people, making sure it's something that you can sell. And that was where we started. We said, well, people buy these classes, and then what's their feedback when they take them? And 3 years later, we're at more than 200 locations in more than 8
countries. That is awesome. Congratulations. And it's really, just about taking the steps and making it happen, where you see on Fit or Flop, everybody has all these ideas, and you come, you pitch your concept, and and you can attest to that. But really, they come and they have these ideas, but how does that make that idea stand out, and then take it to that next level? So, and in this one, next question is for you, where as the judge of Fit or Flop and as the host of POPSUGAR Fitness, you, I'm sure, have tried tons of crazy workouts. So, what makes a workout stand out? What makes it different? What makes it exciting, or something that you want to catch on to?
Well, it's truly if the workout provides a unique experience, that's what makes it stand out beyond the rest. And like Sarah said, she had a very unique experience for people to enjoy, and it was something different. It's really got to be infused with energy, enthusiasm, and that instructor or that person that is teaching the workout. I mean, there's a lot of workouts out there. You're not going to invent too many new exercises in the industry these days, but you've got to bring the energy. I mean, it's got to be the experience that makes it stand out above the rest.
Yeah. Well, actually, Sarah, too, and then Phil, we'll get to you, but I know SURFSET is all about that experience, and whether, you're in upstate New York and it's snowing, or you're in sunny California and you can surf, how do you make that experience and really take it with you to each studio?
That's the most important part, and I think it has a lot to do with the trainers and the training course that we provide. And when you're establishing your concept and trying to figure out how to scale it and get it out there, you have to focus on the experience and how do you bring that across, like Danielle said, all over the world, really. And so we focus on just the core of what is SURFSET, what's our brand, who are we speaking to, what do we want people to get from this workout, and if you can really boil that down and put it into words, then you can teach it to other people and you can make it a consistent experience across the board.
Got it. All right, so definitely all about that consistency. And, Phil, going back to you as far as the experience and looking back at your experience with FitterFlop and going back to that audition, when you were first standing there in front of the panel of judges, it's intimidating, and you definitely, had that passion and even showed a lot of emotion, teared up a little bit, and that just shows how passionate you are about your brand. So what advice do you have, and how do you take that passion and translate it into an idea or into a concept to really be able to brand and put out there?
So my experience before FitterFlop was to go to a classroom that was already full with people who believe in what I'm teaching, all waiting outside in line with tickets to come in, and you go in such a different mindset. Everybody is there because they already believe in your brand. And then you go and you try to explain that to people who do not know you and aren't waiting for your class to start, and it is a lot harder. And what I found that day was I didn't necessarily have the tools to explain who I was and what my brand was about. But then luckily my passion did come through where they started asking me questions, and they definitely, I think, were interested because they, although it was only like a 3-minute online thing, I was in there for a good 20 minutes and they kept saying, well, how did you develop this? Or where did you come up with this? And, I said that my degrees and studying exercise for the past 20 years is how I came up with this plan to take care of your body, work it out properly, use the correct muscles, and you can get really good results without getting injured. And that came out towards the end where I ended up making it through to the next round, luckily. But
and continued on to being the round America's
Next. Definitely. Luckily.
Yeah. Good. And so I want to take a question that we had that was brought in. So you guys too can join at home. You can use the Q&A app on the Google Plus Hangout, and you can also hashtag #CreateYou, and we'll take your questions live on air. So we have a question from Morgan Fry, and her question is, I have a great idea to brand myself in specific program areas. How do you recommend putting that into action? So if anybody wants to jump on that question, go for it. So how do you put a brand into action?
I'll just throw it out there to start. I mean, because it's great to have a specific program or series that you want to get out there, but you also have to know who your audience is. So before you even, start marketing what you have to offer, know who your audience is, who you want to serve with that workout and with that program, so that you can create the right solution for them. If you already have the solution and you think that that is the what you want to run with, then just make sure that you're getting that to the right people. And that's kind of where you got to start with that, I would say.
That's awesome. I've heard you say that a lot. I've heard you say that a lot on this season, and it's like knowing who your market is. Yeah. But then from my perspective, is getting that clear message out on what you're selling. So that I learned as I've been going through this process of developing the brand. That's the piece that you first know who your audience is, and then get the clear message. What are you selling? What do you have to give to somebody that they will want to either join your program or buy your plan?
Exactly.
So next question.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Well, just that goes hand in hand with as far as knowing your audience. But as far as the audience, do you recommend reaching a bigger audience where you think, as an entrepreneur, I want to do more, I want to reach more people, I want to get out there to more faces. But it's really more about narrowing down that audience and bringing it back to who is interested and who actually can take advantage of the workout.
Absolutely. You can't market to everyone or no one. You have to market, but if you cast the net so wide that you really don't have a consistent message as to who you're going after and who you want to serve, then you're not really going to reach anyone specifically. You want to almost create marketing for your brand and for your fitness program that speaks directly to the person you want to help. So they're like, oh my gosh, you're talking to me. That's my problem. That's what I need. Someone who wants something fun like Sarah, creates something so unique. And it's like people are people want that kind of stuff, that is a specific audience, those people that want that workout. And
Right.
same thing for Phyl.
Got it. No, that makes complete sense. And then talking to a specific audience, Sarah, I wanted to touch base. You were on Shark Tank about a year and a half ago. So wanted just to ask you, as far as what was your experience like there, and then how has your idea or concept changed from, you know, pitching it on Shark Tank to where you are now?
Yeah, so it was a really awesome experience to go on Shark Tank, and we were very nervous. We didn't know how it was going to be received. It was kind of a crazy idea. We did know we were already running classes in New York City prior to going on Shark Tank for a few months, and we had such an awesome response from both our clients and from the media and everything. So we kind of knew we were onto something, but we still wanted to see how an investor would look at it and look at the business model. And so the experience obviously went really well. We ended up partnering with Mark Cuban. He's been extremely helpful, just as an awesome entrepreneur, and somebody who he definitely loves the space, the fitness space, and particularly areas where you can build a really strong brand around something. And so since Shark Tank, it's just we've had a ton of growth. We've just been, you know, we've gone from just the three of us running a little location in New York City to now those 200 locations with multiple trainers across the world, and the challenges have just been trying to figure out consistency, like you asked about before. You know, how do we deliver the same experience across the brand?
Got it. Yeah, no, and that's awesome as far as, you know, pitching it on Shark Tank. And Phyl, that goes kind of hand in hand with you, where Fit or Flop is almost Shark Tank, where you are pitching your brand and you are bringing that to the next level, and you're talking to people. And, you know, as you talk through it, it changes. So how has your brand changed from what you originally pitched on Fit or Flop, you know, in front of the judges, to Spotify, to what you have now?
Yeah, so it changes a lot, and what I have seen, it actually changed names, so that's first. And Brett helped, and you guys helped develop a name that actually sounded more like my brand. And finalizing it, it's a concept that you can use any type of equipment with. But now I'm really realizing that it's my series of exercises in a certain order that then you can like change what piece of equipment you're using. So it's really more about program design and this particular series of exercises in a row within that set amount of time that you work out. So every time I do a workout with a client, they're like, I've been bodified. And it's pretty much, it doesn't matter if I use a cable or a pulley or a band or a ball or a BOSU, as long as the series is similar and you can rotate in and out for creativity, then people are getting the results they're looking for.
Awesome. Sounds good.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, definitely is about that experience. And so, Anna, too, I wanted to touch base with you as far as branding a workout and bring that out there where, you know, let's say for yourself, you have tons of personality and energy and excitement, but now how do you translate that and put that into a workout and a concept that people can also teach? And, you know, if it's not Anna teaching it, but it's that same personality and energy and workout experience.
Well, Dee, that's kind of hard. I mean, I guess.
How do you be you?
I'm kind of, I guess my brand is my personality. So I'm branding my personality as kind of a fitness way of life, you know, just body weight, strength training and things. And I like to be the curator of fitness. I like to bring all of the, you know, greatest fitness techniques and experts together to share what they know. And really, I think that each person has has a unique energy and something unique to share with the world, and it's just all about who you're going to connect with. And everyone's got to be themselves and really put that out there. And extreme enthusiasm is something that you generate. No one is born with that. No one can be, no one can just get that. They have to generate the energy and the enthusiasm for what they do and believe in. So when you're creating any kind of workout program, DVD series, the exercises, yeah, they want to be fun. They want to be teachable. You need to be able to, have something that isn't going to feel chaotic so that people feel like they can do it, but that it also offers that unique experience for them, and they're going to experience that with what you bring to the table. And on camera is a whole different thing. If you are creating a fitness brand or program that you want to get on video, then it's an even, bigger step up when it comes to the energy, because nothing is what it seems in real life as when you see it on video, right, guys? I mean, you always think you're exaggerating when you're on camera, but when it comes out on camera, it just seems pretty normal. So that's a
Take it
little
to the
tip
next
for people
level.
that want to do video.
I love it. All right, and then actually, Sarah, I've been wanting to ask you this question that we've got from one of our fans. So, as far as challenges go, you know, creating a great concept is definitely about overcoming challenges. And I know, especially with the surfboards and pitching it to gyms and overcoming challenges, as far as, you know, I don't have space, or why is this workout different than the rest? How do you overcome the challenge to really make the gym owners or studio owners or, you know, trainers want to be certified with SURFSET or have it at their, you know, their gym and studio?
Yeah, I mean, it's just like anything in business, you have to sell, of course. And our strategy has always been sort of generating the inbound sales in terms of creating something so cool and so unique that people talk about it and through word of mouth. And what we really set out to do was have the customer go into their gym and say, why don't we have SURFSET here? We didn't want to be sitting there making calls to these gym owners and saying, hey, buy my product, buy my concept and my training, because like we all know, there's a lot of different fitness methods out there, and it's tough to sell all of them to a gym owner because they're just worried about making money and not spending a lot of it, most of them. So you do have to go out and seek the really interested, enthusiastic, passionate owners who are people that own boutique fitness studios and that really care about fitness, and try to just avoid some of the gym owners who are just in it for the money. And then beyond that, you really want to excite the customer so much that they sort through all the noise and they say, I saw that SURFSET thing on TV, or my friend took the class in Massachusetts, and now I want to have it in New York. And that way the gym owner calls you. And so I would recommend anyone launching their own concept, really think about how you're going to make it unique so it really speaks to, like Anna was saying, that one person. And it's not just one singular person, but it's a type of person that's looking for a specific thing. And if they see you out there, they will make sure that they tell whoever owns their gym they want to have your class or your method there.
That's awesome too, to have such loyal followers where, you know, you want that and they'll sell it for you just because they believe in it. So I guess, you know, definitely all about finding what you're passionate about and driving with that. Let's take another question from one of our fans is, how do you encourage trainers to get new clients and retain the old ones that they have? You know, do you notice a drop in business, or how is it important to keep a client and keep them going, keep them maintaining new levels, and then also attract new clients at the same time?
Anyone?
Well, that's a really a marketing question, but I mean, I think it's obviously a concern. A lot of fitness professionals who own studios, or they've hired some trainers underneath them to work with them in working with private clients. But I would say leadership. And, you know, one of the things that the business owner that I worked for years, Todd Durkin in San Diego, he was one of the most influential leaders in the fitness industry that I've ever met, because he truly challenged us to always think about the next level of where we want to be in life or what we want to accomplish. So whenever you want to have influence over the people that you're working with, you want to make sure that you're challenging them and you're also teaching them to think differently. So if their mindset is going one way, bring them back, teach them, educate them on what you know and how you feel about your business and what you're creating, because sometimes we assume that the people working under us or with us know what we're thinking or know where we want to go or headed. But you have to make sure that you teach them that and then challenge them to take that next step in their life and to keep challenging them, because that's how you truly do create influence.
Right. And yeah, no, I think definitely as far as getting leadership and then creating challenges. And then also just getting your word out there. And wanted to tell you guys too that, you know, the online education or online experience has grown so much now, and just really taking advantage of the social media and the different avenues to grow your brand could be another great option.
Absolutely.
As well. All right, and then just wanted to, you know, actually, Anna, you have tried so many crazy workouts, so I wanted to ask, you know, more of a fun question. What's the craziest workout that you've ever done?
Oh my God, I've tried so many crazy workouts. I would say the hardest kind of crazy workout that I did was capoeira with Brett Hobel. I mean, you know, he's a celebrity trainer. He's got Rev Abs with Beachbody, but he also specializes in a martial arts strength training combination called capoeira. It's a Brazilian martial art. And, you know, he kind of changes it from the Brazilian format to kind of the American version a little bit so that it's not as challenging. But it's crazy. And I mean, we have a 30-minute workout on POPSUGAR with that workout, and it's the hardest thing I've ever done. So
yeah, no, I did his workout with him, and I was sore for a good couple days.
Yeah, Brett is nuts.
Yeah. And again, it's all about having that energy.
And it's the energy and it's the unique experience that he brought, and that is where he really brands it well.
Yeah, and yeah, definitely. Those are two really key words as far as having that unique experience. And then just like Sarah was saying, like you were saying, just capturing that experience and then translating it for across the world so everybody can, enjoy it.
Yeah.
And then just wanted to end with a couple questions. I have one more for Phyl. As far as the, Fit or Flop experience, how has the experience changed, or what have you learned from being on Fit or Flop, or just you were saying before, pitching in front of the judges, to what your clients said, the feedback that your clients have given you, just as far as how you have grown, how your brand has grown, and how do you take that feedback to use it for yourself?
So along with, my experience with Fit or Flop, it was, first of all, like the best experience of my life because it allowed me to step out of Boston and kind of begin my global search for what my brand would look like. So that was pretty amazing. I definitely feel it built more confidence for me to get in front of people, get on camera. I learned how, Anna was talking about videos, how to be in videos, which is amazing. And now just also building more of like the educational piece to my brand. And again, Anna touched on that too, is that, being able to tell people what you're offering and what you're about and your philosophy, and building that so that you can retain clients and you can people seek you out. So I've been working on that a lot this year.
Got it. Good. Yeah, you made tons of progress and huge success, and just seeing, even where you started and where you are now is awesome.
Thank you.
And so, Sarah, I wanted to ask you, one last question. Coming from an idea and just in a few short years, having this phenomenal brand and this really, brand that people are so loyal about and love and diehard, what piece of advice do you want to leave, startup or entrepreneurs or, fitness entrepreneurs and young hopeful people looking to make it big or just get their idea out there?
Yeah, I think, it's a great question. My biggest piece of advice is put it out there. Don't be afraid. I know the fitness industry is crazy sometimes. It's very unregulated. It's kind of a free-for-all, and that's a great thing for people that have passion because there's not a whole lot of barriers if you can go out and do it well. So even we were talking about before with the Fit or Flop trainer directory, put your videos out there, make a profile. Don't be afraid that someone's going to copy you because someone's going to copy you no matter what you do. But if you stand and sort of hide your idea under a rock, no one's ever going to hear about it. And that was always our biggest fear when we started was, wow, we're really onto something. If we put it out there, what if someone copies us? And it really doesn't matter at the end of the day because you go out and you do it better than they do, and you put yourself out there, and you'll definitely see rewards from it.
I think that is great advice, and wanted to, tell everybody too that you can definitely get started and start making a trainer profile on fitorflop.com, and from there you can, get feedback and really use that feedback to get constructive criticism. So you don't have to try out for the show. You could still be in the trainer directory and just get your idea out there is really the first step, and see how people like it. And Anna, so just wanted to, as a judge on the Fit or Flop show, what piece of advice do you want to give people, who are looking to try out or want to try out again, or, even if you're not trying out, you're trying out your brand, what piece of advice do you want to leave people with at home?
I would say do some work on the marketing side before you come on the show. Test your audience. Send out, if you have a great idea and you have a specific audience that you want to market to, send out some surveys, get some feedback. And one of the best things that you can do is to educate your market on the why of your program instead of just the what. Like, I have an exercise with this many exercises, and
right.
It's
everybody has an exercise program.
Teach them why it's going to be beneficial for their life. Tell them big picture because that's really important in your whole mission to really create an impact in what you're doing. So having that message clear before you come on the show is really, really important because the more you can inspire us to what you're doing and how that's going to change lives, the better you are to win.
All right. I'm sure no knows that, but thank you guys so much. This advice has been so helpful. So I definitely want to, thank you guys, and coming from the industry and having a different perspective or insight from the industry really helps people at home figure out how to establish that concept. So in our first part of this Hangout series is really about establishing your concept, and you guys can get started at home, creating that trainer directory, creating that profile on fitterflop.com. And yeah, tune in next time. I wanted to thank you guys so much for joining us today. And stay tuned next time on June 13th. We're coming back with a Hangout for star power and personality. So really how to improve your star power, get that personality out there. And we'll be hanging out with Tony Horton. So definitely stay tuned for next month, I'm sorry. And let us know. We want to hear your questions and help you guys grow your business. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.